Welcome everybody to round 4 replay. Not catching this one live, going back in time, gonna watch some more round 4 games. This game is going to be
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
oops, overlay. Sorry, this game's gonna be Korean Army versus Paul. Korean Army is Korean, Paul is Chinese. Or Chinese American. Korean Army playing as Soviets, Paul playing as Ostheer. He is the top seed, Axis first for game 1. And Paul has fielded elite troops, mechanized assault, and spearhead. Korean Army has shock rifle, mechanized support, and guard motor coordination. So pretty standard stuff, I would say, from both of these players. Nothing too off the wall. As we make it into the later rounds of the tournament, that's certainly not surprising. Conscripts are moving to engage over here on the left. More conscripts making their way here towards the center VP. Combat engineers going right to take control of this fuel point. Sandbag fighting position going up there in the middle. That seems to be very popular, by the way. Seems like everybody just immediately sends a conscript squad there and throws up that green cover. Because this red cover road is very treacherous on this map. I've seen a lot of conscripts die on that road. Conscripts engaging over here on the left side against these grenadiers at short range are losing the engagement, I think. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell, actually. More conscripts are going to move over here to seal the deal. Pios might force one retreat, though. There go the Grens. There go the conscripts. Conscripts jump into short range on those Pios. There they go. Grenadiers over here on the right side engaging these combat engineers. Should win, although they are set up in green cover for the engagement, so they might be able to take out a sniper a couple models. Paul's going to jump into green cover himself. One grenadier does go down at range. He's going to make his way over here to the right side fuel. Continue reinforcing out of the tier 1 structure. 4 grenadier opening from Paul here. To a 4 conscript opening from Korean Army, so just both of them going hardcore infantry right now. Second combat engineer squad in production now as well.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Conscripts will make a full retreat. Full retreat from the left. Sees these 3 grenadier squads coming. Doesn't think he can win that, and there he goes. Pios moving to engage against these combat engineers over here. And that grenadier squad's going to get the fuel point under control, and no commanders have been selected. I expect Paul to go mechanized assault, since that's generally his. He's not really a close air support player, and I've rarely seen him go elite troops. I think I've maybe seen him do that once, but almost always mechanized assault from Paul, if my memory serves. Grenadiers retreating from the right side. Paul is off to a pretty good start from map control. He never really focuses hard on one side. He's always splitting his forces up. That's why he goes with such an infantry-heavy opening. He's always sending a couple squads right, a couple squads left, probing his opponent's forces for weaknesses, trying to secure early map control, trying to prevent himself from getting completely pushed off the map. You basically never make a full retreat when you use Paul's strategy. That's one of the safe things about it. One of the appeals is that if you, for example, if you go double MG42 as Ostheer, you pretty much have to fight for one front and not lose. If you lose that one front, you're probably going to lose the game. This is a more flexible strategy where you're a lot more mobile, moving to take control of different fronts simultaneously. And I think Paul pulls it off quite well. But so far the game's not really going in anybody's favor. 8 to 9, just dead even from model losses, which should work in Korean Army's favor since his models are cheaper. But I mean, there's barely been any lethality. 5-minute game, less than 10 kills on both sides, which is going to slow down call-ins, by the way. Not going to be a Stugi anytime soon. just dancing, just doing a very careful dance. Flamethrower finds an opportunity against this Grenadier squad. Paul will retreat before suffering any losses. One more flame burst. Does nothing. Grenadiers will get away and be able to heal. There's a medic bunker right there, so no big deal. Having to retreat that squad. He doesn't lose any manpower. The squad of Grenadiers also has to retreat. He's going to retreat pretty early there because he knows there's still a flamethrower in his retreat path. Doesn't want to risk too many crits. Korean Army doesn't seem to have made any build decisions beyond upgrades in his HQ past this 4 conscript extra combat engineer opening. Meanwhile, Paul spending a little bit on battle phase 1, medic bunker, there's his battle phase 2. So a lot of manpower being sunk into tech after this 4 Grenadier opening, which should be at a ever so slight disadvantage against this extra combat engineer squad, but generally they both have a pretty much similar amount of forces on the field right now. Still just very back and forth. There's the retreat from this engagement. 2 mono losses, no big deal. And then these 2 conscript squads should win this and force more retreats. Paul will probably inflict a little bit of bleed on those conscripts before retreating himself. There goes those 2 squads. Takes a little bit of manpower bleed on both sides. Probably a little more expensive of an engagement for Paul. He probably could have retreated a little earlier, but nothing too serious. There's Paul's first LMG, and both combat engineer squads have flamethrowers. And the 221 is in production for Paul, which is probably a pretty good purchase against double flamethrower opening. It's nice to have a little bit of extra firepower, vehicle-based firepower against those flamethrowers. You can get into close range, push them around, trying to negate the effect of one of those flamethrower squads, and maybe also force the purchase of anti-tank grenades. Not that that's that expensive to have to field, but can be a little bit of a dent in Soviet manpower. And in a game this even, every little expenditure you can force counts. 221 heading left. Pio's grabbing the fuel here on the right side. KA has a really strong hold on the fuel right now, holding both fuel points. Paul's getting the right, unopposed though, unopposed. So that's going to be back in his control very soon. Korean Army is going to take advantage of his early fuel lead. Get that tier 3. That is a really early tier 3 structure. He's building out well before he can build a unit out of it. Grenadiers have to retreat from mass conscripts over here. Paul will need to carefully kite those conscripts. Tier 3 structure still in progress. Both flamethrower squads are in the base right now, so Paul should have an advantage against these cons with his scout car on the field. If he can just get his Grenadiers out onto the field in superior numbers. Thank you, Mr. Randy Watson, for your donation, and the tournament's nowhere near over. Nowhere near over. The semifinals have been delayed. The finals, as a result, are also going to be delayed. So it's going to run into probably Tuesday, but before this tournament comes to its thrilling conclusion. So, thank you for your donation. Your continued support of the stream is very much appreciated. But yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. It's been a bumpy ride. Just like every Starcross Cup, by the way. It's not a Starcross Cup without a little drama. Starcross Cup 2 certainly had its fair share of hiccups, so that's nothing new.
A fresh mortar crew has arrived.
Scout car heading right. And a half-track from Korean Army. Look at that. I haven't seen a Soviet half-track in a tournament since last time I saw Korean Army play, actually. So there you go. Foxtrix and Falta. Last time I saw a Soviet half-track. Although I believe that Jeslin actually beat Love Nest in the finals of that tournament with a Soviet half-track, actually. So pretty rare unit, but it seems to show up in competitive play at the very highest
Enemy is
levels.
taking our territory.
This unit does make an appearance. Interesting. Nice cutoff maneuver here by Korean Army. That's going to slow down Paul's fuel income, but the fact that he controls both fuel points puts him in a pretty strong position where that cutoff maneuver doesn't make too much of a difference. The fuel back and forth this game has been, I think, honestly, dead even. I wish there was like a fuel graph instead of this stupid graph that tells you nothing, but whatever.
Objective secure. We will defend it to the death. Yes?
Anti-tank gun is finished.
New anti-tank gun has arrived.
Carefully kiting with that flak half-track, trying to inflict a little bit of bleed. This unit, by the way, is basically completely superior to the 222. Probably beat it in every way. I could be wrong.
Enemy is gaining a foothold.
I have seen this unit so rarely that I honestly don't even know how it performs against the 222 this patch. I don't think I've even seen it. Seen this unit in a 1v1 this patch. So I'm curious to see how they'll stack up against each other. I'm assuming that this unit will win that engagement, though, if they ever have to face off against each other. But I guess we'll find out. Grenadiers winning an engagement over here on the right side. Guards are fielded with PTRSs. And this Soviet half-track should help Korean Army to push Paul into his base. Assuming Paul can't push the half-track away with his AT gun. It's pretty much what's going to come down to. Half-track being used as a reinforced point. Being fought off by a 222 and AT gun. Oh no, is that a wipe? Oh, is that a wipe? Paul's gonna prevent chasing with the Panzerfaust. Nice Faust. Good thing that second squad was available for that. Grenadiers hit a mine. Oh, nice AT gun shot. Wow, how is that even possible? He shot through the forest, I think. Attack ground. Nice play by Paul. He's gonna try and seal the deal with his 222, but there's guards in his way and a mine right there. He's not gonna be able to finish that off. He was even shooting at that with his mortar, by the way. He really wanted to kill that thing. Nice attempt. That mortar was actually pretty close. I don't know if that does enough damage to the half-track. It probably does at that level of HP. Nice attempt. Here comes the Stugi.
Territory secured.
Look here. Sturmgeschütz version E is ready to deploy.
Stug in the center.
Reporting objective captured.
Already swept up the one mine on the center road with his grenadiers. With his grenadiers' feet. The only minesweeper Paul needs. Wow. Thank you, Pathing, for that dead combat engineer model. Ah, no. That'll get away. Stugi pulls back a little bit. There is still a mine right there. I don't think Paul's going to be aggressive enough to cross right here on this crossing. I don't think he's going to risk that. I don't think there's any bait that will be tempting enough. Not even an almost dead half-track. Oh, I could be wrong. Oh, that's going to be close. Not quite, not quite. Plus, when this sees this coming, that's going to scare him away. Here comes the AT grenade. Does penetrate, but there's not really anything that can follow up other than PTRSs. He probably doesn't need to kite. Well, I don't know. Maybe he should. Trying to pull back. I don't know. That Stug's falling pretty low. He's going to try and get a second AT grenade off. He still has 15 seconds before he can do so. That 222 is going to be kiting him the whole time. PTRS squad is going to retreat. He doesn't like the engagement. And conscripts are going to disengage. I don't know. I thought maybe he had a chance, but it was going to be very risky to pull into close range for the final AT grenade or any further PTRS shots. Paul getting a little aggressive with that Stug. Almost loses it, but he'll be all right.
We are losing a sector.
But that engagement is going to force the Stug off the field for a little while. It's going to cost Paul a little bit of map control. AT gun is making its way towards the center. We have a second Pyro squad from Paul for faster repairs. Got one minesweeper there. He might consider a flamethrower. Mortar's going to retreat. The only real difference in their builds right now is that Paul has a mortar and Korean Army has a guard rifle squad. Other than that, their armies are almost identical. Unless, I mean, half track is a little different from the scout car. I'm mostly just talking about their core of infantry. Nice wipe right there. Overextended Grenadier squad on the right side will go down. That'll give Korean Army a bit of an advantage, but Paul has a little bit of wriggle room on manpower. He's up to 500 now, and he's bleeding conscripts hard with that Stug, so he can replace that squad. It's not the end of the world. Does not need to be losing a second squad though. That's gonna get expensive. Looks like they're gonna get away. Maybe here comes the flame burst. Oh, sniped! He didn't even shoot the flamethrower. That's not good. That's 2 Grenadier squads down. Oh no, this is gonna be the scout car dead too. Where was that field gun? Wow, sniped! I didn't even see that field gun. Plus the PTRS is bad series of engagements for Paul. Not going well right now. Mortar forced to retreat. Hope that gets away at least. There it goes. Stugi's up to Vet 2. He's performing pretty well. Needs to be careful about that field gun though. Wow, that was close. Where did that shot land? I didn't even... Where's the crater? Oh my god. Look at that crater. That was so close. Pio's working the left side. What was that? Another wipe? Yes, Minesweeper Pios. He swept that demo charge and got wiped on it. Oh no. Shugi is going to move up aggressively with that field gun being forced back by those grenadiers. He's going to take advantage of these shot blockers to take shots at the half track despite having almost no health left. He's 1 field gun shot from death on that Stug. This is such a scary maneuver. He really wants to kill that half track badly. No mines over here. Grenadiers engaging conscripts on the right. There's the grenade. No dodge, but in green cover. Half damage, so nothing too serious. He'll retreat. I think he tanked that grenade on purpose. He probably saw it in midair, realized it was too late to... Oh, no! That's a wipe. I wonder how many wipes I've missed this game. I feel like I'm barely catching them. 2 Grens, 1 Pio squad. Okay, I caught all 3 of those wipes. The Korean Army. The UI would work properly. 2 conscripts wiped. Okay, so pretty even, honestly. Pretty even on the wipes. Oh no, what is that Stug doing? That AT gun just walked up and killed that Stug like it was nothing. He practically just A-moved that team weapon into Paul's Stug, and that's what he gets, honestly, for engaging with no health remaining for such an extended period of time. It was just a matter of time, honestly, before that Stug died. Well, that's not good. Although Paul's very close to Tiger. Very close to Tiger, so... That'll be his anti-infantry powerhouse and anti-everything powerhouse once it arrives. Meanwhile, Korean Army quite close to T-34s of his own. He did go tier 3, obviously, for nothing, by the way, but a half track, which is amazing. To spend that much fuel just for a half track, which he's gone to Vet 3 with 12 kills, and of the 3 wipes he's inflicted, 2 of them this half track is partially responsible for, so I'm certainly not questioning the decision. I'm just pointing it out that it's something that I've never seen before, and I'm pretty impressed, actually. Pretty impressive stuff. And this is the first time I've cast Korean Army this tournament, I believe. So this is the first time we're getting a glimpse of his style in Starcross Cup. He didn't sign up for any of my other events ever, I don't think, either, so... Actually, I could be mistaken about that. He might have signed up for Starcross Cup 2 and gotten eliminated really early. I don't know, I have to check my history on that one. Either way, I have not cast him very frequently, so I'm not very familiar with his style.
Germans! They're attacking us! Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Enemy contact! We are ready to
Fresh mine right there.
The enemy has our range! Enemy
I think Paul's been engaging pretty well now that he has a lot of LMGs. Yeah, he's quite ahead for model losses. Quite ahead. And the loss of his Stug hurts, but there's his Tiger rolling onto the field now. Getting pushed away from the center a little bit. That could be a wipe depending on their retreat path. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to survive this. Korean Army tries to force the retreat by moving into close range. I can't even tell who's going to win that engagement. Mortar falling over here is doing great work. Oh, that wipe! That guard rifle wipe! That is a huge pickup by Paul, but he just drove over a mine! Oh my god, Paul! Don't do that! He's sitting in front of an AT gun with engine damage! If he loses this Tiger... Oh my god, if he loses this Tiger! Why? Paul, what are you doing? Paul, please! He just wants to kill that thing. Oh my god, he's playing so risky right now. It's still not dead. Is this Tiger really gonna die? Oh my god! Oh no! Oh my god, Paul, what was that? And there's an early GG. There's that way early GG. Maybe not that early, honestly. Wow, a game that was on a razor's edge just up in smoke. I mean, clearly Korean Army had huge VP advantage here. I'm not going to deny that, but I felt like the game was really even manpower-wise, and it could have gone to anybody. Paul drives right over that mine. Right after he wiped that squad of guards. He wiped a squad of guards pretty much for free over here on the left. Oh, that poor Tiger. Good game. Well played, Korean Army. Well played. Short break. Game 2.